Welcome back to Take Two, presented by LeftRightPolitics.com, a discussion of the times and current events. I'm joined as always by Adam Matlack and Mike Pomerantz, and today my question is, in light of Joe Biden's gaffe, is the Democratic Party guilty of taking advantage of the African American community, and how does that impact the election?
Well, it's Saturday. I'm kind of dressed down. I've got my dress down shirt from the Philadelphia School District. It's hot. I'm getting roasted by this light. Plus, it's getting warm and muggy outside here in Philadelphia. And we are going to touch that third rail right now. So get ready. I am appalled by what Biden said. I can't stand that that's how he feels, but that is how he feels. And the it there is Black voters are mine. I deserve them. I am entitled to them. They don't know what's good for themselves. I know what's good for them. And follow me because I'm right. I mean, it's appalling. Okay. And it's embarrassing that this is the guy I'm going to vote for. So the question is, what's the remedy? Okay. What's the remedy? Now, we can talk about the human side of this. We can talk about the societal side of this, but I guess our purpose is to talk about the political side of this. And from a political standpoint, I think we're going to be in agreement that if this is the guy, if Biden's like, here I am, this is what I'm all about, this is who I am, then he needs someone who's going to keep him in line. And we're talking about the vice president. Now, I felt like we're recording this on the 23rd of May. I felt like in the past 48 hours before this thing he did on Friday, that Warren was starting to look like an attractive choice for him. Certainly, she has great popularity. She's a good campaigner. She may even bring in some of Bernie's people. And I thought the heat had kind of died down a little bit on Harris, and now it was much more interesting to think about a Biden Warren ticket. That is out the window after Charlemagne the God. I mean, how stupid can you be? How many different ways can you tie your hands and try and screw up? Here's what Biden should do. Here's what Biden should do. He should be like, look how stupid I am. And I'm still better than Trump. That's what he should do because it's like his brand. He's got to celebrate the brand with these unbelievable. See, listen, it's not that he's not careful. People love his honesty. They love his sincerity. It's like there's a part of him that sucks. It's just not very good. And when you have this attitude about black voters, because he's been in the halls of power for all this time, that sucks. Okay. Does it suck as bad as some of the other stuff that we see on the other side, like the Muslim ban, like the Central Park Five? I mean, no, but it's still bad. So the question is, where do we go from here? Okay. With all of these issues that Biden screws up with, the question is, how far does he have to go to get disqualified by his own supporters? And the answer is there is no limit. And you know why that's the answer? Because that's the future that Donald Trump has brought us to. Okay. There is no limit. So we have given up on decency. We have given up on truth. We have given up on reality thanks to Donald Trump. And all we get now is, I mean, we thought we had a problem with the lesser of two evils before, back when everybody kept their cards close to their vest, and we say, well, they both suck. Well, now they got their cards on the table and they really suck. I mean, look, Biden's a good dude. He has his heart in the right place. But man, the time he has spent in power has screwed him up. That's why I would have loved for somebody younger or somebody slightly more disenfranchised. And, we're not in that spot. So, on the one hand, like the answer is for us to talk about it. The answer is for somebody to keep him in line. He needs somebody to come and smack him real hard on the knuckles so he doesn't do this again, so he learns from his mistake. But at the same time, like the recipe for success is clear. Doesn't matter what Biden does. Doesn't matter about Tara Reid. Doesn't matter about Charlemagne the God. All that matters is he's not Trump. And if anybody's unhappy about that, if anybody's feeling like, gosh, that's really not a good place to be in terms of the public discourse, too bad. Too bad. You got a problem with it? You can thank the Republican Party. They enabled and celebrated and supported him, and they will continue to do so until God knows when, because after him, it's going to be Ivanka, and it's going to be the little one. And this is, you want to talk about power. This is their concept, the dynasty. So thank you, Republicans. You got us. Joe Biden. Thanks.
Well, let me insert there. Biden existed well before, on a political spectrum 35 years before Trump did.
Yeah, and he couldn't win one primary.
His idiocy has been on the hill for the last 40 years. And let me tell you something. Look, the question at the beginning here was, does the Democratic Party take advantage of not take advantage of or take for granted minorities? The whole government does. Every single party, every single person in power takes advantage and for granted their entire populace, not just minorities, but everyone. There's no longer I work for you. It's you put me in power. I'm going to now wield it. I'm going to wield it like a moron, wielding a lightsaber, pretending it's real. Oh, look at me. Here we go. That's where we are. And you can blame Donald Trump, rightfully so, for the ramp up in just massive, just appalling behavior in terms of the presidency. He has taken the presidency from where Clinton took the presidency and was like, ha ha ha, and just oh, there's no seriousness to this. I am an idiot, yada yada yada. My name is Donald Trump, and you are, he's a complainer, like you said, all these things. He is the least presidential president ever by a wide margin. Now, I don't know if the Republicans are to blame for this as much as just, I don't know, I guess the progression of ultra politicalization. How Trump came to power was really kind of a flash in the pan, almost accident in terms of the Republican Party, and the hijacking of it probably won't last. The idea that any of his kids will ever win any office of significance is laughable to me. I don't see that in any position ever. Most people looking back on Trump's presidency, if it's 1 or 2 terms, it'll be way worse if it's 2 terms. If it's 1 term, it'll be kind of just this, oh, ha, ha, ha. Look, there's 2 things here. The first thing is, absolutely, yes, the Democrats take advantage or for granted the minority vote. Biden's comments draw closer to how most of the upper echelon, in my opinion, of the Democratic Party believe that you ain't black unless you vote Democrat. That's just how it is. You're an Uncle Tom. You're not for you. You're not for your neighbor. You're for somebody else. What are you doing? And I gotta tell you, man, as the powerful have continued to just grab power and pretend as though they're working for the common man. Every single one of these millionaires, literally millionaires, are claiming that they're going to help people, or they're going to do this, or they're going to fix that. They haven't fixed a sink. They've never fixed a single thing in their entire life. They're not going to fix it now. And the idea that the Democrats are just taking for granted minorities is so laughable to me, because everybody's taking advantage of everybody. They're taking for granted the whole system, the whole situation. They treat power with such great disrespect, and they treat the populace with such great disrespect, because it's them. It becomes about them, and it's this giant ego game, just like we are here. And yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing, the whole situation. And Biden's comments are just as bad as the racist crap that Trump does. And the fact that you admit it, that there's no limit. Biden could go out. What did Trump say? He was like, I could go shoot somebody in Times Square tomorrow and still be president or whatever. That's true, and it's totally true about the Democrat nominee too. He can do whatever he wants and say whatever he wants, and people are still going to back him, because it's a 2-headed race to the bottom, and we're there.
The Democratic Party is the party of equality. It is the party of a fair opportunity. It is the party that is more likely to raise up those who are disenfranchised, whether it's financially, socially, or politically. I don't see his comment as endemic of a problem in the Democratic Party. I see it as a problem in his ideology, in his personality. He should know better. And I'm not talking about from a communications standpoint, because with Biden, and I want to get your reaction to this, there is a sincerity. People want to hear what he says because they believe that he has no filter. And frankly, that didn't used to be the case in terms of our people running for office. And on balance, I think it's preferable that they talk straight. And you may like my question to you at that point is, aren't you? I mean, I'm disgusted. You may be disgusted too. Is there a part of you that feels like, well, at least he's coming clean. At least he's shown us who he is. Because in my mind, I wish he hadn't, because I can't unhear it. I can't unthink it. I have to hold my stinking nose. And people are like, well, we hold our nose for Hillary. I mean, I didn't think Hillary was so bad. That could be another podcast, another video. But the concern I have with Biden is personal, that he doesn't know better, that he isn't more plugged into what the mission of the party is. And it is very sad. But do you think it's better for him to be honest like this and own this? Or do you think the gaffe is like, aren't you glad that he made the gaffe? Like, are you glad that he made the gaffe? So that we have this stuff come out in the open. They say sunlight is the best disinfectant.
It's not in the open. It's not it's not being treated as though it's real. It's not. You're sitting there being like, hey, guess what? This is very bad. The talking points are that, I mean, I read Jamil Hill, who is just this racist, like idiot, who left ESPN, and all she could talk about at ESPN was racist stuff. And now all she talks about is racist stuff. And she straight up said, the problem isn't what Biden said, because it's true. The problem is that Biden said, look, give me a break. Truth is truth. If she's saying that's true, then why can't he say it? Look, this is crazy. This is where we're at, though. I mean, I would love to hook up a president nominee to a lie detector and ask him questions. That's what I'd love. I'd love to everybody be up there and actually be who they are. Show me who you actually are. Show me your real character. Don't tell me what you're going to do on this magical giveaway ride that you're going to go down when it's Easter and you're on the back of the fire truck throwing off candy like you're Santa. This isn't how it works. Look, the idea that the Democratic Party is the party of the best way to try to raise up disenfranchised people from a life of poverty is laughable to me. I mean, the book, The Tragedy of American Compassion by Olansky, is one of the pivotal moments in human history most people don't even know about. It shaped the omnibus bill from Clinton when they cut welfare. It proved almost definitively, by a lot of people's anger, that welfare in the way it was being applied by the government wasn't working. The programs didn't work. They spent a bunch of money to hopefully get a person from poverty to prosperity, and it did not work. This is the foundation of the welfare state in America and the reality of it. It doesn't work. Unleash people. Let them be who they are. Don't tell a minority shop owner that they can't open their shop unless they go to this school and get this license and say that they have to do this and pay this fee to this guy and pay this fee to that guy. That's how you get people who are disenfranchised out of poverty, is you let them loose. You stop telling them what to do or what they can't do. And just like everyone else, that's just how it is. If you go down this line, though, of is it good or bad for Biden to be honest, I don't think anyone, and you're the only person I've talked to who has said, oh, this is indicative of who Biden is. Everybody else is like, this is just who You even said it yesterday. You said, "Oh, it's this Teflon. He says crap like this all the time. It's gonna bounce off of him because he's just known for this stuff." And in the hyper politicalization world that we live in, it's sad that we have these two things of we're playing political presidential Scrabble, and you could spell out rapist or you could spell out racist, and it would be talking about likely both freaking party nominees. And we're all just like, it's okay, it's good. We'll just take the lesser of two evils. I would have loved a legit third option candidate this year. I think it would have been one of the best years to happen. It's not going to happen. We're not going to have any good third party candidates, it seems, that can pull any number of votes. The two party system is so poor. I just hope that we can move past it at some point in my lifetime, that when we're talking about these complex situations and we're bringing race into it, that at some point somebody would sit there and be like, what does race have to do with any of this stuff? And start treating people as people, and care for the individual just as much as I care for the collective group of supposed individuals.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you both for your thoughts. If you enjoyed our discussion, be sure to like and subscribe below, and we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Thanks again. We hope you join us for the next edition of Take Two, presented by leftrightpolitics.com.